Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to those who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, do the right thing and subscribe. I want to welcome you guys. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for deciding to subscribe, and please do stay tuned in this video and watch it to the end. And today I'm going to be addressing a question that I got on the comment section of my last video, as I was talking about, Cram School, TESOL and TEFL, and how you can get that. So today I'm going to address that question, which was, how do you find a job from a cram school? How do you get these jobs from cram school? You guys know that I've done a video about how do you get a job at a public school, because currently I'm working at a public school. I've done a video about that, and told you guys that you need an agency, and I told you the agency that I personally used. Okay, so on to this video. This is not out of my personal experience, because I do not teach at a cram school. I only know one person who teaches at a cram school, and that is my husband. Okay, so today's video, it is based on my research, okay, the things that I know personally, because I have taught in a training center in China, and cram schools in Taiwan are pretty much operated the same way as a training center. So I'll give you my tips, things that you need to know before you even consider teaching at a cram school. In the last video, I also gave you requirements of things that they need in order for you to teach at a cram school. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Okay, so if you use any of these websites, any of these companies to find a job, or any of these platforms that I'm going to give you, please do not come back and attack me and say you recommended this and whatever. I'm just giving you the information that I know. At the end of the day, it is your decision, and you have to decide what you want to do. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. Okay, first things first, before I give you these platforms, I want to talk about a cram school. I want you guys to understand, like, a cram school is completely different from a public school. Okay, so it operates differently. It's a very intense, okay, it's a very intense environment. It's not for everybody. Okay, so you need to be in a position to understand that you will be in a very demanding a workplace when you're working at a cram school. So you need to be ready for those kind of things. Okay, so number one, you're gonna work evenings, and you might need to work on the weekends. This is something you never do if you're working in a public school, unless you're making up for a day. Okay, so if you work on Saturdays, because you're making up for a holiday, and this is a Taiwanese thing anyway. Okay, but usually you work Monday to Friday. That's standard for public school. But for cram school, you work evenings, and then you also be required to work Saturdays and Sundays at some point. Okay, and then number two, you will definitely have cameras. Okay, I know in my previous videos I told you guys, in a public school we don't have cameras, okay, in the classroom. But if you're gonna work at a cram school, you need to know that there are cameras. They take videos to show parents what they're doing. Sometimes parents are going to be there also. You might be teaching a class, and parents will be watching you as you are teaching. Okay, this is the kind of environment that you need to think about. Is this really something I want to do? Okay, and also another thing is that usually when you're teaching at a cram school, you have back-to-back lessons. Okay, I remember when I was teaching in China, because I taught in a training center, it was very, very difficult for me. I honestly promised myself I will never ever do something like that to myself. It was too much for me. I could not handle it. But I had back-to-back lessons. Okay, and this is the same for my husband. He has back-to-back lessons, so you don't really have much of a break. Maybe you have like 5 to 10 minutes break, maybe just before your next class or something like that. So you have back-to-backs, like really you have back-to-back, okay, up until, so by the time you leave, like, you really crushing down, really, so it can be really difficult, right? And another thing is that maybe you might not get as many holidays, paid leave and things like that. And something you need to remember is that you get paid for the hours that you have worked. In most cram schools, they will pay you for the hours that you have worked. So if you miss work maybe for one day, maybe something is happening, that hour that you missed will be, deducted. Okay, so you'll be paid per hour, really, not like the full salary. Okay, so for example, like in public school, I could have 4 classes in the morning, and then the rest of the afternoon I don't have classes. If I took a personal leave, my salary would not be affected. If there are no classes and I took a personal leave and went somewhere, my salary, it's set. I have a set salary. But in cram school, you get paid by the hour that you have worked. Okay, so, and I'm not saying this is for every cram school, but this is for the majority of the cram school. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to know about a cram school. Okay, now let's move on to where you can find a job from a cram school. Okay, so usually cram schools, they post jobs on Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna post the Facebook page here so you guys can search it and check out jobs. They always post jobs and whatever. You can look there and see what's suitable for you. Okay, and then another one is Teachaway. There are some schools that would upload jobs that, okay, we're looking for an English teacher on Teachaway, and if you look at it and you see this is something I'm interested in, you can go there and apply. They will say send an email and things like that. You can contact them. Okay, another one is Joy English. Okay, this one I've heard a little bit of horror stories from people that have worked for Joy English, but it's still a place that you can get into, a website, a company, getting to apply. If you want to apply look through what they are all about. I've had a look at these places, but Joy English, some people have horror stories. Some people have really difficult experiences when they work for these different companies. So you just have to go with your gut, okay? Or you can just go with the school that you see they advertised on Facebook, as I said previously. Okay, I want to say that there are more opportunities for you to teach at a cram school in Taipei or New Taipei in the city. So please bear that in mind, and remember that there are way more opportunities for cram school in the city. Okay, unlike if you're in the villages, in the rural areas and stuff like that, you won't see many cram schools. Okay, but this is the information that I have, and I hope you guys find it helpful. I will leave all the links for the companies that I talked about on the description box, and at the end of the day, it's your decision. You decide what you think is best, and all I can do is give you enough information and help you to know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, I hope you guys found this video very much helpful, and I hope I answered your questions. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.